Hey, Brandon's here. Stuart's here. It's Tuesday morning. It's 8 o'clock. That means trash talk. And
Yeah,
what are we talking about today?
I don't know. I'm knee deep in my research, guys.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, ooh, ooh,
I'm very technical today,
we're going
obviously.
down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yes. I think you and I kind of talked about it maybe through text or maybe I made it up. I'm not sure, but the THC ban is a thing in Texas, guys. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with that. I'm sure they are, right? Even if you don't live in Texas. I
Yeah, well,
mean,
there's a few states that are trying to do it, and Texas has just been they've just been chewing on this for a long time, and they want to regulate and they want to ban all uses of hemp,
well, the biggest
THC.
thing is I don't even think they want to regulate it. They want to ban it. Now, if you
Yeah.
listen to what's his name? Not Paxton, the Attorney General. What's his name? I'll tell you,
Um,
he's a idiot. Let me see here. I don't know. Guys, gonna have to help me out. Uh,
Well, it's coming from Abbott.
well, Abbott, yeah, but I mean, it's the Attorney General that's been going after it.
Dan Patrick.
Yeah, Dan Patrick, the guy. Have you listened to that guy talk? That guy's got to be the most out of touch, old, antiquated, paid for by so many. Like, just his words scare me because the people that vote listen to him without any knowledge or any research. But
Yeah.
that's a whole nother issue.
It, it
So
it's the puppet strings.
well, and the big thing is, guys, like I don't care about THC. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care. Hemp products, don't care. I understand as far as hemp goes. And you need to remember, guys, for some of you out there that aren't familiar with terms and all you associate with is marijuana, it's different.
Right.
Hemp
Yeah.
is different. Okay. I have a hemp t-shirt actually. Still, and there's the materials and what you can do with hemp is amazing, guys. Amazing.
The rope. They make rope out of hemp, and it's
You
the
know,
strongest material ever. They
that's
use
what
it
I'm saying.
for ship anchors. You know.
Exactly. And inexpensive in the grand scheme of things. Um, THC, now, this is also not marijuana, guys. What they're looking at, and mind you, there's a lot of medical uses for it. There's a lot of veterans actually that have a lot of, I don't want to say illnesses, but things.
No,
Uh,
yeah, I can speak to that gummies and with CBD oils and THC has been proven outright to help veterans with post-traumatic stress,
mhm.
with traumatic brain injuries,
Yes,
a variety. There's people that have arthritis that sometimes are they're prescribed for something with a THC additive in it. For MS, I mean, there's a lot of medical uses for it, and to just outright say, well, the best way we can control is just to totally ban it, outlaw it.
well, and really, this is kind of their fault because I mean, this law came into play about 6 months, 7 months prior when they said, okay, we're going to allow this. But there was a loophole in the law that got in a lot of these shops and Delta 9s and drinks and vapes that allowed it to
Right.
happen. Well, if there's a loophole, then obviously people are going to exploit it, right? And that's on the politicians for not closing that hole to regulate it.
Well,
So we're looking at about 8,000 realtors are now selling THC laced edibles, drinks, vapes, and flower buds. Okay. Um, we are also looking at there's more THC shops than there are McDonald's in Texas, which is a shocker. Also, thank God, because McDonald's is garbage. Um, but now the ban, and he's been on a tirade, has now passed multiple after they've tweaked it out as passed. It's going to hit Abbott's desk, and Abbott has a thing. He can veto it or he can say yes.
right.
Everybody's assuming that he's going to say yes because let's just be
Because his
real.
legislature has passed it.
Exactly. Now, if you're looking at what is going on with the THC market. And I don't use it. I don't. I think this chair. The last time a buddy of mine got me a drink. It was a soda, and it was a THC soda. And he's like, just try it. And out of my curiosity, I tried it. And it tasted like an old school RC cola. That's what it tasted like. And it was resealable, mind you. And it was one of the only ones out there that was truly regulated. And I'll get to that in a minute too. And I think it was 10 milli. I don't know what was in there. He told me just pour a little in and drink it. And I said,
Yeah.
he's like, if you're not used to it and your tolerance, he's like, it might just make you sleepy, but just a little will make you relax. So I said, okay. Well, I drank the whole can. And, I'll be honest with you. I watched my whole movie with it. This was a while ago. I watched my whole movie with it. And then I went to bed. I slept the whole night. It was amazing. Now, I don't really want to drink that on a regular basis. I certainly don't want it in my house.
Right.
Just because of my son. That's just my own personal belief. I'm not bashing anybody, but I called him or texted him and I said, hey man, not bad. Like I get it. And he was explaining just the company and how they've literally have regulations that they've implemented because when they were hoping that when Texas said it was okay, all these other mom and pop shops that are literally just putting whatever they want in there would be done and these guys would survive. And then we could start seeing it at stores. We are currently seeing it, THC seltzers at bars, at liquor stores, at like Specs and Total Wine and Goody Goody. We are not seeing it in the grocery stores. I know where I work, their stance was we will be the last ones to do anything with it if it passes. They were going to let everybody else fight, figure it out, and then see if it was worth it. It's interesting, though, that we have now gone to completely banning it, and the narrative is that it's poison and it's going to mess up your mind. And they're talking the story, they preach in the story. Some guy took these edibles and walked in front of a train and died. I don't even know if that's a true story, number one. Number two, okay, but how many people have drank and gotten in a car and killed somebody else?
Right.
And I just watched the news the other day and he's going, this stuff will kill you. This will kill your kids. And they're pushing that fear. Meanwhile, they're not doing anything about the school shootings. They're not doing anything about the alcohol that kills people every single day.
Yeah.
They're completely ignoring that. They're not doing anything about the McDonald's and the fast food and the chemicals that are in our food that we've been eating for years that gives us cancer and kills us. They're not doing anything. They don't care about the children's lunch, but they care about the THC. And that's what is going on.
And also, let's face it, it's the same thing like alcohol and other drugs. If you ban it in Texas, people need it, they're going to get it.
Get it from Oklahoma.
Yeah. And or all you got to do is take a nice long weekend to Colorado and you can get all the pot with THC that you want as long as you just bootleg it back in. But you're not going to stop it by banning it completely. What it's going to do is it's going to put money into other people's pockets and all for doing that. So if it's an industry that we have in the state already and it's going to serve a positive purpose, then go after the people that are abusing the privilege and allow the people that need it for medicinal purposes to be able to get it.
Well, my big thing too is his comment of, we don't have enough police officers to regulate this. We don't have a government. Well, that sounds like your problem. Like, because what you're doing is you're getting rid of jobs. You are losing revenue in your state and you are generating crime because I'm not talking about marijuana. We're talking about a THC soda that I can drive 2.5 hours to Oklahoma, 3 if I want to go somewhere that's not out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we can go to Oklahoma and I can buy it and bring it back. So now you're talking about bringing something illegal from Oklahoma into Texas. You're going to need police officers and more prisons and more everything and tickets. And maybe that's what you want. Maybe you realize that there's probably more revenue in busting people than there is in taxing it, regulating it, and actually telling these mom and pop shops they can't put whatever they want in there. They've got to do it. Just regulate it. Just regulate it and tax it and get that revenue and
Yeah.
keep people employed.
Yeah, and this is the same state that wants to do away with that stuff, but they want us to go to the polls and vote to bring gambling into the state of Texas because they realize that all the states around us that have gambling facilities are making a ton of money, and some of that money at least is going to good purposes while the other is going under the table. But if you want to bring in an industry that is going to completely corrupt a lot of people by having open gambling on every corner in every city.
It
Come
doesn't
on,
make sense.
and here again, uh, you know, everything we talk about, there is always that bad aspect of it. There's always those people that are going to abuse the privilege, just like these kids that you can't smoke cigarettes anymore. Okay, so they go to a shop and they get a vape. And they vape. Now you can add a few drops of THC into the vape, and the kids are out there getting high that way instead of just smoking a joint. Come on, you know, there's issues with all of this, but my main contention is there are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of people that need this product medicinally in order to function so that they don't
Yes,
end up taking their lives or they don't end up going out and hurting somebody else.
a
It's to
hundred
control
percent.
them.
Yes. And here's the thing. This is the hypocritical Texas by the people for the people, and I'm going to
Yes.
say it, I'm going to get crucified, and I don't care. Christian thinking, backwards, Bible belt thumping, hypocritical thinking. And I'm not bashing Christians, trust me, I'm not. But
Right.
these are the ones that give Christians a bad rep. You're going to sit here and talk about how you care about our kids and how you're protecting our children and our people, and you know what's best for us, but you want gambling, you want liquor, you don't care about guns in schools, and you don't care about the strip clubs and hookers that are down on Oak Cliff. You don't care about that.
Right.
You don't care that those liquor companies continue to line your pockets so that you can stop this, because liquor companies know if this becomes legal, they are in trouble. Because the majority, the drinking is already, the amount of drinking is on a decline. It's not necessarily that people are drinking, quit drinking. There are those that live the sober life. It's they're not drinking as much. Guys like me, 46, grew up in the craft beer explosion. I'm a craft beer nerd. I can't be going to the breweries every weekend. I
Right.
can't, even in my job, I can't crack open a 10% IPA on a Tuesday and continue to do it. So my craft beer drinking, it's not that I don't love craft beer, it's that my occasions are few and far and in between now. So other people are looking at THC and going, well, you know what, that's easier. I can do that, watch a movie, function, go to bed. The liquor companies are paying people like the politicians to stop this, but they want to sit here and preach that it's for our own safety. And by the way, isn't the Republican Party the less government party and stay out of my business? Meanwhile, you got Governor Abbott and his henchmen. It's like freaking Palpatine over there. You got them getting in everybody's business.
Well, the thought process is if we ban everything, then we don't have to worry about regulating it.
Yeah, it's
I always
it's
I always think about too, you brought up the alcohol issue. Almost every place that you go has a happy hour from like 4 until 6. So everybody leaves work, they go down to the bar, they know that they can get two drinks for the price of one, then everybody's going to get in their cars during rush hour.
And drive
And now
home.
you got a whole bunch of people that have had 2-for-1 drinks and everything on the highway, but
Well,
nobody says anything about why don't we just do away with happy hour? And
well,
if
here's
people
the other
want
thing.
to let them pay $8 for the drink instead of getting two for eight, you
Here's
know?
the other thing. This is the same governor and team that when COVID hit, they approved to go alcohol for everybody. Breweries could sell their beers to go. They could buy growlers. You could
Yeah,
get a to go margarita. Now you can go into a restaurant, and if the restaurant chooses, they have to go drinks. They can give you a Long Island iced tea, and I'm only saying that for the, so people can be familiar with it. Put a lid on it, give you a straw,
yeah,
and tell you to go home.
yeah. And now what are you doing? You're out driving around with an open drink.
And you're drinking it. Let's be real. They don't, but yet you're going to tell me that this THC is causing kids to run into trains. When was the last time anybody even saw a train on a train track recently? I gotta be honest with you, man.
Yeah,
I mean, look, bro, it's 2025, okay? Like, we ain't in that, like, I mean, unless you're out in freaking Midland, Texas, and then what else are the kids supposed to do out there? You get
right.
to do meth,
Yeah.
drugs, and run into trains.
The it's all out of whack. I keep saying that it's broken, and it is. And you don't fix things by just saying, well, we'll just do away with it.
You can't, because you know what
Because
that
what you
creates.
have done, you will not do away with it. What you will have done is caused a bad situation to get worse,
That's it.
because those that want it and need it will get it, and they will get it illegally
A
instead
hundred
of
percent.
going through a legal channel in order to receive it.
And
Drugs are the same way.
drugs. Look, can we go? Can we just? Do we not look at history? Like, just look at prohibition.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
We don't
Look,
learn from our mistakes.
no, and we'll just drive up north to Oklahoma, who doesn't care and has gambling and has THC and says, "Come on,
And their doors are open saying, come on,
let's."
bring your dollars. We'll be happy to
Yes,
take them. We'll
because
be
there ain't
happy to
nothing else
take
in that
them.
state anyway. Oklahoma's got nothing else. They got Bigfoot, THC, Native Americans, indigenous people, which thank God for them,
Yeah, and
and
tornadoes.
tornadoes, and a lot of inbreeding. That's it.
Well, hey, just another topic for us on Trash Talk. Hope you got something about it. And if it got your blood boiling, that's exactly what we were hoping that to accomplish. You
Sure.
know, and tell your senators and congressmen,
Yes.
to go get lost.
I will say this, guys. There is a lot of people. A lot of my brewery friends have links on their website to write your governor, and they have it because they have adapted into that craft beer where they're like making THC stuff. I know that some of you may not believe in it, but I think you have to open your eyes and look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking at. It doesn't affect me if somebody does it. It doesn't. Okay. If they're eating an edible, fine. Look, and if they eat an edible and they can't drive a car, they're gonna understand that. But my big thing is you have to look at the reach, and this is a government overreach. So investigate, make your own opinions. Join us next Tuesday for an all new Trash Talk.
You got it. Take care.